Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello. Please hit that like button as you guys come in. Please hit that like button. We have quite a bit to talk about tonight, but please hit that like button. I'm just going to put the countdown app on just to give you guys some time to come in. But please hit that like button as you guys come in. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello. Please hit that like button as you guys come in. Please hit that like button. I hope everyone is doing well. So, we have quite a bit to talk about today. It's not looking good for Wendy. It really is not looking good at all. Like, it's not looking good. And it's very, very sad because it's just like, I just don't understand how or why, of all the things that these people can do, Wendy and Eddie, of all the things, why did you guys choose to do this? So we are going to be talking about Wendy and Eddie. Um, we are going to talk about some of the news that has broken recently about them and them using different aliases. So we will be talking about that. We'll also be talking about Porsha Williams, who had some sort of incident at the on an airplane with someone that I believe gives the vibe of a Karen. This is just my opinion. Let me just go ahead and put the banner up for my safety. But I believe that she was moving like a Karen, and I'll show you guys some clips of that. Then there's also been an arrest. Mia from Real Housewives of Potomac has been arrested. It's interesting because just I think a couple of weeks ago or so, she was one of the people who were laughing and making jokes about Wendy's arrest. And it's just like, isn't it interesting how life really switches up on you? If you're not careful, you're going to end up, that karma is going to end up running and turning around and coming to hit you with a quickness. Um, I'm just gonna put this, please hit that like button as you come in. Also, please share this video. I know this was an impromptu live. I didn't give you guys enough time to know that I'm going live today, but I just, as soon as I saw all of these things happening, I just thought I need to come over here and let's get into it. Okay, so I have a bit of that. I do have some Angie news. So Angel, I am going to be sharing some tea on Angel from Real Housewives of Potomac as well. Um, I so it's going to be mostly Wendy, Porsha, and Mia, and then a sprinkle of some other news that has come back out. So yeah, thank you guys. Okay, so give me a second and I will share my screen and we will begin. So I think the first thing I should share is this because let me share this. I need to just make sure I'm not sharing like my personal stuff by mistake. But no, let me share this. Okay. So headline: Real Housewives of Potomac stars Dr. Wendy and Eddie Osefo emails, bank records, and Instagram accounts have been seized by the law enforcement in the fraud case. So it looks like all of that has been seized, right? So if we read a little bit, court filings from the state attorney's office reveal both Eddie and Wendy's various records were seized by law enforcement who were investigating the couple's alleged insurance fraud after they faked a break in at their home. I'm going to say allegedly because the son is not saying allegedly, but I will say allegedly, okay? Because it's all allegations according to Wendy. Okay. So it says Wendy and Eddie were arrested on October the 9th and were subsequently hit with a slew of charges, including conspiracy, false, misleading information, and insurance fraud. The state's Index of Information Produced and Discovery reviewed that investigators gained access to Real Housewives of Potomac Star's Gmail account, as well as a third Gmail account that did not include either names. So that is low-key given a burner account. So it's given like, they're going through using a burner account or something. Like, I don't know what has happened there, but that is very, very, I would say that's completely unexpected. Um, so yeah, I do think that's very, 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 very odd to say the least. But I guess as regular people, right? If we think about it on a more regular basis, most of us, right? Most of us actually, in all fairness, most of us may have like 2, 3 Instagram accounts, right? We may have 2, 3 Instagram accounts. We use our main ones with our names, and then maybe we have others that are not our main ones, that is just like a burnout when when we just want to go in and out without being seen. So it could be something like that as well. It's not necessarily like indication of like wrongdoing, because I think most people can have multiple accounts. Um So I don't really think, give me a second. I don't really think that could be it. But I do think either way, it's very, very like sad how everything has like panned out with Wendy and Eddie. It's just like when you feel like you've seen it all, something else happens, and it's like a reminder that wow, like try as much as possible to live on the right side of the law, because this is honestly, it's crazy out here. Hey Ladon, how are you? Thanks for joining tonight. Please hit that like button. Thank you so much, sis. How are you? Okay. So it is really, really sad, but I feel like having another or having a third Gmail account that doesn't include their names or anything, like I don't think that is an indication that they're doing anything illegal, to be honest. But the emails were accessed via a search and seize warrant served to Google, Additionally, Wendy's Instagram accounts. Can you imagine? So now they're going to be combing through her Instagram accounts. They'll be checking timestamps when things were actually uploaded. They'll probably also be going through, they may even try and go through her phone to try and see like timestamps of certain pictures, because she may be like, oh, it's an old picture, or all that sort of thing. So they would be checking everything. And it's just very, very sad, honestly. Additionally, Wendy's Instagram accounts, which were a target of the investigation after she posed with the ring she claimed was stolen, were also the subject of a search and seize warrant, which was served to Meta platforms. Through Meta, investigators were able to access Wendy's Instagram with the handle The Wendy Show, as well as her main account with the handle Wendy Osefo. A search and seizure warrant was also served on Wendy's Apple ID. Another was served to a company called TextNow Incorporated, as well as home securities companies Ring Protect Inc. and ADT Security Services. In addition to the search and seizure warrants, the discovery index was also included bank records from Ali Bank, American Express, and Capital One. Several luxury retailers were listed as contributing to the discovery. Right. Okay. Um, let's see. The state responded to Wendy and Eddie's claims that the arrests were illegal. As you guys remember, I covered it. That's one of the motions that were filed by Wendy and Eddie. Is they were basically trying to say all these arrests were illegal and what was subject in the arrests were illegal. So now the state is basically responding to those claims that the arrests were illegal, and they're basically denying that. They also said that any statements made by the defendants were voluntary and made after the defendant was properly advised of his or her rights. So, what it sounds like is one of them seems to have admitted to some sort of wrongdoing. Allegedly, this is my perspective. It feels like one of them admitted to something. And so it feels like after admitting to something, right? It's like one of them admitted to something. They now want to make sure that whatever it is they admitted to cannot be used against them. But it's like when you are read your rights, they literally tell you anything you say, or, anything you say can and will be used against you. They already tell you. So why, I don't understand why people choose to then still open up and say something. And I understand, like, if you're not a career criminal, you're probably not used to like criminal activity. So the idea of a even like police or somebody coming up to you can be quite nerve-wracking. I get it, but at the same time, it's just very sad. You keep your mouth shut. Like, no matter what, whether you did it or whether you didn't do it, if you get arrested, at least hold your peace until you get to speak to a lawyer. That's just what I would be thinking. He says the states also appear to be attempting to try Wendy and Eddie as co-defendants, despite the couple requesting to be tried separately. And that is the thing. I feel like there is definitely something there, because I don't understand why they're really trying to be tried separately. If they both know that they're not guilty of the offense, why are they trying to be tried separately? I feel like one wants to throw the other under the bus. And this is just my personal perspective. Or they want one person to take the fall, which makes sense because one person is probably going to need to take the fall, at least for the sake of the children, so that the children at least won't have one parent, because it is highly unlikely that they both will get away with not going to jail. It says the state said that the defendant will not be prejudiced by a joinder of his or her trial with co-defendants, and she or he will not be prejudiced by a joinder of charges. So basically, they're trying to say no. They're trying to say there's nothing to show that either of their cases will be prejudiced by having it be a joint trial. The state also said there is no defect in the charging documents, which I'm not surprised anyway, because it's like, of course, they want to try to see if they can get off on a technicality before all of these different things start to surface. But I don't really see it happening. to be honest. I hope it does, but I really don't see it happening, to be completely honest. Um, okay, it says as the US Sun previously revealed, Wendy and Eddie face multiple charges, blah blah blah. Okay, to be fair, I think we already covered this. Let me just see the chat a little bit. LaDon says, I'm so disappointed in Wendy. I can't believe it. Yes, it's highly, highly disappointing. It's very, very shocking that somebody can just choose to throw their life away like that. It's just like, of all the things that you can do, why? Why this? Why couldn't you decide, like, okay, let me pick up a new job? Let me try to figure out the best way I can make money. It's like there's so many other things and other ways that things could have turned out, but it's like, of all the things that you could have possibly done, why this one? Why did you have to choose this one? And it's so sad because I've been seeing a lot of people in the comments like come after Nigerians, and it's so disappointing because it's like people kept saying, oh yeah, bloody Nigerians, this is what Nigerians do, all of that. And it's so disappointing that like a whole people, you know, massive amounts of Nigerians all over the world are then reduced to the stereotype that, oh, it's Nigerians. And now it's like you've fed into the stereotype by being exactly what the stereotype is. And it's honestly so, so disappointing. It's so sad. And yeah, to this day, I'm still shocked. Ladon says, I'm good. How are you? It's cold up here in Mass. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's so cold. As it started snowing yet? It's really cold here as well. I don't know, it just feels like within the last week the weather just completely changed and shifted, and now it's just been so cold lately. So yeah, I don't know what it is, but the weather has definitely changed. Good evening, Candy. I hope you're good. Bajan, good night all. Good night. How are you? Good night, Bajan. Good night. Um, okay, so we're talking about the Wendy and the Eddie of it all. Okay, so guys, as you guys come in, please hit that like button. I know this was an impromptu live, so but yeah, everyone, as soon as you come in, please hit that like button and please share as well so that other people can know that we are live and can join us. Okay, so now, you guys remember during BravoCon, she was basically saying that, it's an unfortunate situation. She can't say too much. So she was basically saying the standard thing that people say. You can't really expect her to genuinely be talking about it. So I'm not surprised that she chose not to talk about what exactly happened. And so she was just basically saying, they're just allegations for now. They're just allegations for now. Okay. Now, aside this, there has also been another update. So, before I read out, let me just see what y'all are saying. No snow yet, but we did have cold rain. Yes. Yes, the weather has definitely changed. It's icy. They must have. Oh, Bajan said it's cold. Yep, definitely. So they must have started this before she was on the show. That's what it's looking like. Because if there's all sorts of credit cards and things like that, allegedly, and aliases, it's not looking good. It really is not looking good at all. I don't know how she's gonna go about it, but it's not looking good at all. At all. It's really is not looking good. And it also doesn't look like she is going to get away with it. I think that's the biggest part of it. Like, it looks like there will be consequences. Like, that I feel like is probably the saddest part of the whole thing. It's like, girl, this is not one of those things that you're Loki getting away with right now. Like, it's really serious. Um so if I just let me just double check. I wanted to bring you guys this update because there is an update on the case, and I want to bring that up for you guys so that, yeah, so I'm going to, Let me share this tab instead. So here is the update, guys. Like I said, it's not looking good. Allegedly, right? They used 40 different debit or credit cards under alias names. Like one of the aliases is allegedly Pam Oliver, another one is Eddie Hennessy. Like, seriously. The amount of debt by the Osefos is highly relevant to their motive. It's like, how did you guys get into so much debt? It's honestly the perfect example of people need to stop living above their means, because it's like, how? I really just don't get it. So it says neighbors get into this. More information is being dropped. According to the Baltimore Observer, prosecutors are reportedly seeking additional records that they claim show a pattern of excessive spending and support a motive in the criminal fraud case. Eddie's lawyer claims this is a fishing. Oh my God, where's my words? Eddie's lawyers claims this is a fishing expedition and urged the courts to drop the subpoena. I don't think they're dropping it. I do not think they're going to drop it. Especially if they've already found all this damning evidence. They are highly unlikely to drop it if they have found all of this evidence. All of this evidence. Okay. So Eddie's lawyer claims it's a fishing expedition and urged the courts to drop the subpoena. Prosecutors argue, though, these records are important to show the extent the Osefo's fraudulent ways go. And here is the thing. I feel like it's definitely clear that the prosecutors want to use them as an example. I feel like they know that a lot of people have done it in the past and have gotten away with it. And so when they have a situation like this where things are so blatantly obvious, it's one thing to have done crazy-ish, but no one can prove it. But it's like when you've done stuff that is so blatantly obvious and so easy to prove, it makes it so hard. Right? Like a lot of people, there's some sort of reasonable doubt with this. It's like all of the evidence is just so damning. And it's like, where is the reasonable doubt? It's not giving any sort of reasonable doubt at all. Bajan says, I was rooting for Wendy, but boy, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Honestly, I was rooting for her as well. And yeah, it's extremely disappointing that this is what it has turned into. It's like, Wendy girl, I don't know who advised you. I don't know who put pressure on you, but this is horrible. It's really, really bad. And the CEO Creator Face got arrested as well. Tell me about it. We'll still talk about that as well. Like, and I'm just like, all of these arrests, like, what is happening over there in Potomac? Giselle and Ashley better be careful, because what is happening? What is in the Potomac water? They better then, like, what is going on? The Real Housewives of Atlanta, well, let's just say Potomac for now. Let's hope it doesn't spread to Atlanta. Basham says 4 degrees are no sense. This is the thing. It's like, where did all your sense go? Even if you want to do something like this, I would expect a more sophisticated scheme, not something like this. This is so amateur. This is so amateur. Excuse me. And I think if they did not get greedy, they would have gotten away with it. But I think because they got greedy, that's when things started to shift. Because they got greedy is why they are in this situation, in my opinion. Because I think if they didn't get greedy, then they would have stuck to a very low amount on the insurance. The insurers may not have investigated extensively like that. It could have been the end of it. How do you call an insurance company and say, oh, this wasn't included, and then later on call them to say it was included? Of course, that already shows that something ain't right. That raises suspicion. They were already suspicious about the way the property was set up to begin with. Not to talk of then little additional things that they've done that has just made everything worse. But yeah. So it says they claim the Osefos have approximately 40 credit and or debit cards. I don't know anybody who is being legit, and I'm one of those people who have a lot of credit cards, right? Well, let me think. So I probably have about 5 credit cards. I think the average person, let's say you even have a lot of credit cards, maximum you have 5 or 6, maybe 10. I don't know where you're going to get 10 from, but okay, maybe. But 40 is extremely high and hella suspicious, in my opinion. So some of which are believed to be in company names. So it's like now you're putting stuff in company names. Now you have random names like Eddie, NSC. Like, really? You didn't even try. And then it says in a deliberate attempt to mask their identity. I don't know how Eddie NSC is masking anything. Eddie is your name. You also used Eddie? Like, sir, you okay? Is Pam Wendy's middle name? Like, I don't know, man. They also claim, wow, Wendy falsely denied using money apps, including PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App to pay for jewelry. Whew. Oh my gosh. The state anticipates seeing purchases as well as returns on the financial records. Additionally, the state expects such documentation to show a pattern of excessive spending supporting motive in this case. The state avers that insurance fraud is a financial crime, and in that the amount of debts owed by the Osefos jointly, individually, and by the businesses that they own is relevant to their motive. So when he says the amount of debts, even by the businesses, that is concerning because if the business is also in a lot of debt, so if the business is in a lot of debt, so are they just giving us, are they lying to us when they say Happy Eddie's doing well? It's like, it just seems like it's a lie now, because how is Happy Eddie doing well if they're also saying there's debts in the business? Like, I just don't understand that. Arjun says living champagne life and no, they can't afford lemonade. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you can't afford no lemonade, but you want to be having champagne, you want to be out on a yacht. It's like, no, this ain't it. Especially Ashley, I can't stand her. Yeah, I get it. Ashley is annoying, so I completely get that. Bajan says Eddie got too happy. That's what is actually given. It's really given that Eddie got too happy. Um, and but both of them are just, it's like normally if one person doesn't have a lick of sense, you expect the other person to have some sense. This one, nobody has any type of sense. Nobody. Not one. Someone said, Eddie, NSC, please let this not be true. He out a line. Yep, that's exactly like, it's like, yo, you didn't even try, sir. Mr. Lawyer. Wendy did start getting fly out of nowhere. Oh my god, when she's spending on people's credit cards, that is crazy. Sounds like they were using CPNs to me. I don't know what a CPN is, but you guys know what a CPN is. I don't know what CPN is. I thought somebody would say what a CPN is, but I guess everyone knows but me. I don't know what CPN is. Pam Oliver got me gagging, but Wendy's wigs was giving Pam Oliver first season. Pam and Eddie has me in tears. Who are they? That's the Nigerian way. You see what I mean? And people are in the comments laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing. It's like when you hear about Nigerian surgeons saving people's lives, nobody has anything to say. But the moment some Nigerians do something crazy, next thing is like, oh, this is what all Nigerians do. Like, shut up. I'm just confused on who they are trying to impress. Real Housewives of Potomac isn't even known for its glamour. It's all confusing. That's the thing. It's like it's keeping up with the Joneses, but it's like I just don't understand why. Like, I don't get it. I'm not mad at them. You was getting PPP loans and all that. Yeah, but this ain't PPP loan, is it? Sorry, I don't know why I'm so thirsty. Okay. So yeah, it's just honestly Wendy and Eddie, yeah, they did too much and now they've been caught, they're burned, really. As my mom says, common sense beats all education. I completely agree. I completely agree. I don't know if it was like they just got like sticky fingers. You know how like maybe the first time you steal, I don't know because, I'm not a thief, but like maybe like the first time you steal, you get so excited, the rush that comes or something. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to understand, like, why any one of them thought this was a good idea. And it's like, granted, if one person thinks it's a good idea, why would both of you think that it is a good idea? That's the problem. That's the problem that I have. But yeah, it's not looking good. For those who are just coming, please hit that like button as you come in. We're discussing Eddie and Wendy Osefo, the latest updates in their case. Yes. So yeah, it's just I don't know. At this point, I feel like the kind of proof and the kind of evidence that they seem to have against them, if they're unable to get off on a technicality, these people are probably gonna go to jail. If they're unable to get off on a technicality, it is likely they are going to jail. Very sad to say, but that is what it is given. Because I don't see how you are able to get out when they have all this evidence against you. Like, what explanation are you going to give? Like, I don't know how truly they're going to be able to create reasonable doubts in the mind of the jury. I just don't see it. Um, so yeah, I'm not really surprised. I'm not really yeah. I wouldn't know where to even go with that because I just don't see it at all. I don't see what's going to happen there as well. Since we're on the topic of being arrested, let's see what happened to Mia. Let me use this one because I want to show y'all the mugshot. Okay, so Mia from Real Housewives of Potomac got arrested. I think the weirdest part of the whole thing is when Wendy got arrested, Mia was kicking and laughing, and I remember coming over here and saying to y'all that I don't like the way she was out here laughing because I just feel like she better not end up getting arrested for anything in life because it's like, yo, the way she was practically clowning them and laughing and all of that, it was not a good sign at all. And it's so sad that now she's the one that got arrested and her face is now plastered for all of us to see. Look at her face now. I will say she looked beautiful in the mugshot. She looked very stunning. Money well spent. She definitely looks good in the mugshot. But at the same time, it's like, what are we doing? She allegedly got arrested. Well, I don't even need to say allegedly because she got arrested. So she got arrested for allegedly stealing $11,000 worth of furniture and electronics. It's like $11,000, guys. Don't get me wrong, yeah, 11,000 is not it's not cheap. I get it, but $11,000, even for an average person that saves, is not that huge of an amount. Not to talk of a reality TV star. Okay? So why on earth was that furniture that good? Why on earth would you allegedly take 11,000 worth of furniture? For what reason? Why would you do that? What is the reason? Like, of all the things that you could take, for crying out loud, you took 11,000, allegedly took 11,000 worth of furniture. Imagine going to jail and losing your freedom for $11,000. That is crazy work. Nasty work. If you're gonna go to jail, let it be like an amount that, okay, well, when you think back, you'd be like, okay, pros and cons. If I was working, what are the chances of me making this, versus $11,000, ma'am. One appearance at Real Housewives of Potomac for one episode, I'm sure she would get paid more than that. So it's just like, I just don't understand when people get greedy and it just doesn't make any sense. Ladon says they got greedy trying to keep up with the Joneses. Yes, I believe this is in relation to Wendy and Eddie. Bajan says teeth. Yeah, it's just like, I just don't get it. And then she even was crying in this video. Let me see if I can play a little bit of the video.
Throw your shoes on? Yes, ma'am. Come on. Good time. You want your hands? Excuse me. You want your hands? Hold on. Relax for a second. Relax.
So they're literally trying to cuff her. It's interesting that they still cuff you even if you're not resisting. Because I'm just like, I would have thought maybe there's no need to cuff her since she's not resisting. But I guess these people are like, nope, we're going to cuff you regardless.
You want your hands this way or you want your hands turn inside like you're crying? You want this way? What's your way more comfortable?
Can you hear? She is crying, guys. She is crying. I'm like, okay, I hope you're innocent because the way you're crying, sis, you best be innocent.
Okay. Let's okay, all right, that's fine. We'll go that way. Shit, it's all caught up in here. All right, I'm gonna lock them so you don't move, okay? When we get to the holding cell, I'll take them back off for you so you can relax a little bit, all right? We'll probably be at our precinct for probably about 20 minutes or so I can finish doing.
And that's the thing, right? You can tell that she is like really crying and stuff. Like, and for me, I'm just like, okay, like, of course, I don't want anybody to be arrested and stuff, but I'm just like, a couple of days ago, you were just laughing. So it's like, are you, is it one of those things where you're sad and, you're saddened that you got caught and, the public is going to see all of this? Like, what is it about?
My paperwork thing, and then we'll head out, okay? All right, brother. Okay. Go ahead this way.
I think y'all get a little larger than y'all little to pick up the stuff y'all think of. Yeah.
Yes, let's see. According to the incident report, Mia and a man by the name of Jared McGriff, I wonder if that's her ex Inc. We're renting out a furnished condo that actually is owned by a woman who lives in China. The reporting party says Mia decided to move out one night in late October without notifying anyone and took all of the ladies' furniture with her. She even took the little $650 television allegedly. Like, girl, why would you take these people's television if truly she did? Like, what would the reason be to pick up a $650 television? Sounds like the RHOP ladies just can't catch a break. Now we see the matching body cam footage.
All right, bro, take care.
Did you mind if you can't share that information recording?
Pardon me?
No.
I didn't go, I just had somebody else go out there and give him the paperwork.
Is it possible to like call him?
This is the thing. Bajan says she's a skank. She should have asked Mr. Valentino for help. I guess my Mr. Valentine for help. I guess my question would be, why is she still in a condo that was paid for or that her and Ink were allegedly living in? Since she isn't she publicly with Bobby Valentino? Like, I don't know. Like, it's very, very weird to me, to be honest. Very, very weird to me. I just don't get it. Like, yeah, it's odd, to be honest. Hey everyone, for those who have just come in, please hit that like button as you guys come in. Please hit that like button. We're currently talking about Mia getting arrested. I'm playing the footage and we are discussing it. Please hit that like button. Thank you very much.
He has the storage key.
Let's go down him, I mean.
Where, is he still in the airport?
Nah, you probably left it.
Yeah, where's Miss Call?
Yeah, I just wanted to go put that furniture back. Like, this is enough, enough is enough. Like, I have several emails. Whenever they tell me to
And here she is again. She's talking about certain emails or whatever. Like, guys, haven't you guys learned? When you get arrested, don't say nothing. Be quiet as it's kept. Absolutely don't say a word. And that's what I don't understand. It's like people want to use the opportunity to clean and clear out their conscience. I'm like, this is not the time to be trying to clear out your conscience. Not the time at all. Not the time. It's like we're here now. That now is not the time. So yeah, I personally think it's a little weird to me, to be honest. The way everyone seems to want to be like, yeah, clearing. I guess it's looking a little bit like, are you trying to clear your conscience? Like, what is it? Now is not the time. Do that with the therapist.
All right, bro. All right, bro. All right. So we go straight down to that wall. My precinct's right there.
That is a long ass walk because it's like, what is going on? That is long, long, long. What is going on? But yeah, she's definitely arrested. Yeah, like where was she heading to? You're right. It's like where is she going? What's going on, mama? And it's like your boyfriend, Bobby, unless you guys have broken up, has not seemed to have said anything about it, has not seemed to have come to your aid about it. So it's like, what should we truly be believing? But I will say she definitely looks good in the mugshot. Face is definitely looking good. So yeah. Whatever she did, money well spent. The Don says this is petty and crazy. Why does she think she'll get away with stealing furniture from a rented furnished home like the folks don't know what they have in their home. Yep, that is the truth. Like I just can't even imagine like taking people's furniture. I'm hoping that it's a big old misunderstanding and it eventually gets sorted, or that she was trying to be petty or something the because the landlord didn't pay her something that she was meant to pay her. Like I'm hoping it's going to be one of those and they can easily squash it, but honestly, it's not looking good. And whatever is in that Potomac water, stay away from all of us because I don't know what is going on.
Because I know about what's all the situation. So
Okay, that's a long walk. I was about to say, like, okay, that's enough. But yeah, it's ended. Like, I don't know, man. That is crazy. Okay, so let's do something a little bit more lighthearted. Let's do something a little bit more lighthearted. Um, okay. So some of you guys may have heard about this whole Porsha situation, right? Now, if you guys remember, I think maybe 2 days ago or something, a news broke about Porsha being sort of on the FBI radar. And a lot of people were like thinking, what has she done? And a lot of people were saying, like, oh, maybe she got in a fight, she hit someone, she did this, she did that. Excuse me. So a lot of people were like saying, oh, maybe she got arrested, or maybe she did this, maybe she did that. Let's just say Porsha is clearing it up, and we're going to hear from the horse's mouth. So I'm going to play the clips for you guys. I do also want to play the clip of Miss Karen, so that we can also see what her response was. I personally think she's a Karen, but we can always discuss whether or not we believe she's a Karen or not after I show you this clip. Oh, let me put the volume. Let me refresh it so it starts from the beginning. Okay, so they didn't play the starts. But basically the start of it, Portia was saying that she had her phone on loud. And so the lady next to her was like, am I going to have to listen to that or something like that? She says, do you want to? The lady says something else. Then she's like, there was a nicer way of saying that, and then the lady went berserk. Mm, that is very, very interesting. It's giving you hit me in the face. It's like, who do we believe? Let me just put this out to you guys. Do you guys believe Portia, or do you guys believe this other lady? I don't know what her name is, but put it in the chat if you believe Portia or if you believe someone else. Just call the other lady Karen. If you believe Karen, say Karen. If you believe Portia, say Portia. Cause I don't know, man. Mm-mm. Not her saying I want you to be in jail. Heck, that is out of order. What do you mean you want her to be in jail? That is a very, very weird thing to say. And to be honest, when we're outside, we need to know that, like, just because you're normal and everything is good with you doesn't mean everyone else is. Just FYI. I love that she literally owned what she said and said she said get your ugly A out of here, right? I would rather yes that she said that than her not saying that, and then it now comes across as her lying, right? So I definitely feel like that ain't cool. Them imagine them trying to hold somebody off you. That is nuts. Them trying to hold somebody off you, I would be craziness. Wow. So I think it's refreshing from the start. So what I'm going to do, because I feel like it's very important that we see other sides to the story. Let me share this. Okay, so this is what this lady is asking them. Will her information be given to the lady that assaulted her? At least according to her. Did you guys hear it? Because I'm afraid for my life. If Porsha did anything that deep to be afraid of your life, you would not have been able to fly to where you guys flew to. They would have left you, or one of you would have had to leave or something. Like the police will have to come and they will have to come and remove you all from the aircraft, or at least remove one person, remove the troublemaker. So the fact that that wasn't done gives me the impression that this lady is out here exaggerating. Okay, I personally struggle to believe that these people, right? These flight attendants that work on the flights let Porsha play her phone on loud for 25 minutes. I completely struggled. I completely struggled to understand that. I am really struggling to understand that. Like, there is no way for 25 minutes, none of the attendants would have been like, oh, should I give you headphones for that? Or, like, someone is complaining about the noise, or even like, oh, do you mind just using headphones? Like, the fact that you're telling me no one said that, and usually you said she was the last person to get on the flight. Usually, the last person that gets on the flight, shortly afterwards, the door is being closed and they're almost like, prepping for takeoff. So the fact that nobody is saying, okay, it should be on airplane mode, you shouldn't be able to be playing anything out of your phone right now. And you think, yeah, it's not sounding believable. Do you truly believe that this lady with this energy, her disposition, is going to give anybody 25 minutes? 25 minutes and she's not going to say anything? Nah. Hmm. Wow. Yep, I definitely believe Porsche too. Karen is lucky Porsha did Kenya. To be honest, because if she had pulled her hair the way she pulled Kenya's hair, we would not be in this situation. They would have had to drag Porsha straight to the police station. So she's alleging that Porsha hit her hand and dropped her phone, as opposed to Portia's claim that she didn't touch her at all. Girl, how do you get from a random conversation to you being afraid someone is going to have you killed? That is such a massive leap and a hugely concerning, like it's hugely concerning, right? Like it's such a massive leap. It just doesn't make any sense. I would hate to work in the same place as this lady. It's like, why do you have it written down in your phone? Because you're already prepping for a statement. Yeah, that is so odd. And I think it's the buzzwords that she's saying. Things like she wants her to go to jail. She's going to be pressing charges. Like these are very specific words that you're using. Um so yeah, it's very I don't know. Let's see what else happened. And so what saved I feel was has also saved Porsha is random people that started coming up to Porsha while she was while she was speaking to the officer about what happened, and they were validating it. You see, so whilst this lady came to say that Portia didn't touch the lady, the Karen in question, now someone else, a man, jumps in to say Portia did not touch her. I do you think this lady in question knows of Portia? Because I wonder if it's like she knows that Portia can be very volatile Like, at least in the past, Porsha will drag a bee, Porsha will slap a bee, Porsha would can get a bit violent. So do you think that, excuse me, do you think that this lady knew about that and that's why she did all that she did? Because I just don't understand. The kind of thing she's saying is just so crazy. And I think if Portia wasn't just lucky enough that people in this situation, if Portia was not lucky enough that people are coming to vindicate her, a lot of people will be thinking like, oh, she put hands on that lady because of her history. And for me, I love how like the Portia is like, okay, let's get your details. And then because initially you could tell the police did not want to have that lady be talking about, her perspective on what happened, right? And he just wanted to focus on getting Portia's statement. But I love how Portia was like, let me get this person information as a witness. And it's very smart for people that always think Portia is not smart. That's a very smart thing to do, because it's like you have witnesses basically saying that this lady was starting ish, and apparently it's not just these two people. Allegedly, it's like there's other people as well. Like there's the people that called, one lady that called Andy and was telling Andy about what happened and stuff, because her mom was on the flight. So it's just like when you think about it in that way, it's like you, mm-mm, it's too much. The thing about this is like, let's be honest, how many people would lie for somebody they don't know? Somebody they've never met before, somebody they just happen to be stuck in the same area with on a flight, and to come and like actually stick up for. That doesn't really happen. Yeah. Someone said, I'm glad they stopped to be witnesses. Me too. Did you hear that? This is fairly embarrassing incident for someone else. And the lady also said if it was her, she would be embarrassed. Or things would not, she said something, I don't want to misquote her. Let me. So the guy, and you can tell the guy is telling the truth, because he's like, the only thing she did was point at her, right? So the person is basically saying, like, no, she didn't hit her, she pointed, you know? And I'm like, how many people are really that don't know you're going to be out here lying for you? That's not going to happen. So, but yeah. Okay, I think there's probably one more. This is when they first came up to her to get her statements, see her energy. And this is when I'm like, yeah, girl, please. I don't believe nothing you have to say. But this is the thing. Why does he have to hear your side of the story first? Does it matter if he heard your side of the story first? And I feel like a lot of people that are like lying, they always want it to be the first. They want it to be that you hear their side of the story first. And that's the thing. Sometimes the first person, when you hear the first person, you always think like, oh my God, this is the truth, until you hear the other person's perspective. Because it's like, why are you offended that the police didn't come to you first? Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, but didn't it happen publicly where they could all hear it anyway? Like, I just don't get it, sis. It's like you were on the plane. Apparently, you were putting on a show and the people saw it. So, why are we acting coy now? And you don't want to do that in front of the people. Now you come over to the Now you want to come over to the corner to have discussions. Yeah, nah, I do not believe nothing that lady has said. I believe that Porsha is innocent. Um, yeah, I know, like, yeah, Porsha, please, in the future, just keep your phone on silent. Don't put your phone on loud. But yeah, I just think even if no matter what, nobody deserves that kind of horrible treatment. I could work with her because by the time I'll finish with her, she'll be in the nutter. Karen is lucky Porsha didn't Kenya her butt. Absolutely, because the Porsha of previously, Porsha would have pulled that woman to the ground, honey. So yeah, I'm definitely glad that she has got herself together. And as a woman was well getting her camera time. Yep, she was there for her camera time. In my opinion, she definitely was, wanted to let us know, especially when she even mentioned she's a 70-year-old. I'm like, okay, ma'am. Okay. Um, okay, so there's probably a few things, but honestly, guys, I am so tired. So maybe I will play one more thing for you guys. And because I did promise you guys I promised I was going to show you guys Angel. Why do I keep calling her Angie? Angel's, um, what Angel had to say about Real Housewives of Potomac. So let me share this and then we can get into it. So she's basically being asked, like, would she want to still be doing Real Housewives of Potomac, or does the whole thing turn her off from doing it? Now see how she goes around in circles. Girl, where was all this energy in in the show? Like, where's all that energy? Instead, you let them take you for idiots. Whose fault is that, Angel? Are you sure, girl? Because every time we're on the show, you have bad attitude, bad energy. So if it has not stopped you feeling like you want to do it, you still want to do it with bad energy? Like, what is going on? You see? So now it's like I feel like she's acting like she's not pressed about it, but knowing Angel and what she's shown us so far, she's shown us that she's not to be trusted. You can 1 minute say, "Oh yeah, I feel like this," or "Yes, no, everything is good." Like remember how everyone thought, okay, she had gotten over the whole Giselle thing. The next morning, she woke up and she was angry about it, and then brought it back. So that's the thing. It's like it's you don't know for certain, and it just makes things unnecessarily difficult. Yeah, Bashan, it's like take your food yet. Absolutely. But yeah, anyways, guys, I am so tired. I only had like 3 hours of sleep last night, so I need to sleep now that I'm finally feeling sleepy. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. Please don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and tap that bell button right next to it. So you know every single time that I post or go live. I even dozed off while saying that. Like that's why I paused for a second. So, anyways, thank you all. Have a good night. See you guys probably tomorrow if there's any news, especially because I like to go live on Fridays. So yeah, if anything interesting happens, I will be back to talk to you guys through it. Anyways, bye everyone. Have a wonderful night. Thank you. Bye. Oh, did I forget to end the stream? That is so crazy. Bye everyone. I'm ending the stream now. Oh, I see Braylene just got in. Hi, Braylene. You're welcome. Sorry, I'm about to drop off now. I'm tired. So, yeah, have a good